Hey, beautiful souls. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome back to Heal with Whitney, your safe space for emotional healing, self development, and inner peace. Here, we dive into journaling, self reflection, and soulful tools to help you reconnect with yourself, release what no longer serves you, and rise into your best self. This space is all about slowing down, doing the inner work, and healing from the inside out, gently, honestly, and at your own pace. If that speaks to your heart, I'd love for you to join me. I post new videos every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe and come here with me. You deserve peace, and it all starts right here. Okay, guys, so um, God has really been working with me, on this whole content creating thing. And I've been struggling to really find my voice and my niche. And so I prayed on it. I found myself, waking up about 3 or 4 o'clock this morning, and God is like, just speak your truth. And it's so much easier, and it just flows whenever I'm speaking to someone versus speaking on camera. I'm looking back at myself, but I'll get used to it over time. But anyways, what was placed on my heart was I woke up thinking about this past year and everything that I've experienced and I have shedded, throughout 2025. And for those of you that don't know, 2025 was the year of the snake, which represented the year of shedding. And so I'm sure that a lot of us went through many cycles of um, releasing different things or different people and spaces or places, that we no longer fit. You know, maybe we experience betrayal or, you know, just we just no longer fit in that space anymore. I know for me, I left relationships. Um, I removed myself from certain family members. I experienced betrayal, um, just a lot of different things. And so I have actually been releasing and removing people from my life for the last 5 years or so, ever since almost 6 years, ever since I started my healing journey. That was the first thing I started to do was remove people out of my life, and I've become quite um, accustomed to it. It's actually kind of like second nature to me now. Um, I feel like whenever I talk to people about setting boundaries with people and removing people out of their lives, I notice that it's really hard for a lot of people to do that. And I understand why. We tend to, for one, we love these people, right? And a lot of us are loyal to these people, or we feel like, whenever it comes down to family, we owe them something. And another thing is that a lot of times we put other people before ourselves. And despite whether we feel like we're being taken advantage of or not, we deal with it, and we're miserable, angry, and resentful for it. Also, the people who we love, they know that they're taking advantage of us, and they know that they're using us. And, you know, a lot of times they don't care. They actually become so accustomed to it that they get mad whenever you actually stand your ground and say no more. People have to, I feel like setting boundaries and learning how to walk away from people, or at least, at the very least, create a space between yourself and people who are hurting you and create distance. That is the key or the first step in healing. I feel like it's hard to heal in an environment and around people who continue to hurt you. For me, I don't even understand how it's possible, and maybe it is. It just it wouldn't have been possible for me. Um, I've upset a lot of people in my life, or who was in my life, by setting strong boundaries and walking away. I have created a lot of enemies by choosing myself, and I don't regret it for 1 second. I've experienced a lot of betrayal and a lot of heartache and a lot of pain that I didn't deserve, you know. But I chose to put myself first and walk away from those people. And that's the best advice I can give to anyone that is suffering um, because they're putting other people first or being mistreated. You know, I just feel like anybody that's putting out love, kindness, loyalty, you know, whenever you put out services to others and you give to others, like, it should be reciprocated. Yeah, it shouldn't be a tit for tat kind of thing, but what you put out, you should be receiving back. If not, then you're going to eventually pour, you're going to drain your cup dry. And that's only going to leave you angry, bitter, and resentful. But, um, a lot of times you get stuck in that, what is it, like a hamster wheel? You don't know how to escape. And a lot of times people become dependent upon you. I know that was the case for me for a while. Is I was the caretaker of my family for so long that before I learned how to set boundaries, I couldn't imagine how they would survive without me. And I felt guilt, you know, um, for walking away, or for even wanting to walk away. But I finally gained the courage to do so, and they survived without me. And um, it lightens your load, brings you peace. And then another thing is, if you're wondering, like, if you're in a toxic situation with family, a relationship, or in certain environments, you're not sure, or if you're just unhappy, period, it doesn't have to be toxic, and you're not sure if you should walk away, really just, find a space by yourself and just sit in your thoughts. Like, ask yourself, you know, am I making the right decision? Like, just sit in a room by yourself, close your eyes, and just be still. And imagine yourself walking away from that person or leaving that person. Like, how does that feel? If the thought of leaving that person or leaving that environment, if the thought of it feels good, then that's the choice that you're supposed to make. That's the right choice for you. If it doesn't, then that's your choice. Like, learn to listen to your body. Normally you'll either feel it in your heart or you'll feel it in your gut. Um, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys like this video. And if so, don't forget to subscribe I will be posting new videos every Wednesday. And until next week, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.